Gifted, now playing only in theaters. Tickets available now.
Pro Paint Days are back at Lowe's. That means it's time to save big on your next job. Right now, get your choice of 5-gallon pails of Valspar Signature Ceiling Paint or HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Flat Ceiling Paint for just $148. Plus, get it delivered to your job site with free same-day delivery when you order by 2 p.m. Lowe's knows paint. Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 12/20. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
ESPN 106.3 is presented by Rubenstein Law. 1-800-FL-LEGAL. Car accident, truck accident, Uber or Lyft accident, or a slip and fall. Call Rubenstein Law. Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL and visit one of our offices throughout Florida.
Now, it's time for a little R&R.
Ball into the bucket, lays it up and in.
Live in the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, this is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
This team is going to be tough when they finally get it together.
Sit back and relax. Let Russo and Rizzo take you home.
Oh, mercy! Light him up, Collins!
Good afternoon, everybody. It's a beautiful Thursday afternoon right here at the Hurricane Dockside Grill in Lake Worth. My name is Colin Russo, joined alongside me, Mike Rizzo, with Christian Catt back in the box at the City Place Studios in downtown West Palm Beach. It's Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3 with you from 4 to 6. We got a Thursday night football matchup between division foes in the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. Playoff implications there. Maybe that might be an elimination game. Got a packed program. Matt Barry of the Sports Center and now going to be the play-by-play man on the TGL new golf league that is coming out starting off opening day January 7th. We'll hear from him at 4:40. We'll hear from Steve Pollitt, Sr., the Good Karma Brands president and Palm Beach Sports Commission Hall of Famer, over at 5:20. We got a packed program. We got to make some picks against the spread this week. So it should be a whole lot of fun. But more importantly, we're at Hurricane Dockside Grill in Lake Worth. Terrific hospitality, terrific weather, terrific food. And they got everything you got covered, right?
Yeah. First off, we had an amazing meal. So it's myself, it's my partner Colin Russo, and internationally, we had the firecracker shrimp, we had the garlic parm fries, we had the garlic parm wings, we had mild wings, hot and honey, and also the boom boom sliders. How about those sliders?
Excellent.
Out of this world. And folks, they want to remind you here tonight at the Lake Worth location, Hurricane, that there will be a raffle during the first and second quarter of the Thursday night football game. You could win $200 worth of Hurricane Grill and Wing gift cards. I do want to remind you guys, you cannot be used tonight. So, like, if you win it tonight, you cannot use it. And contestants must be present when the winners are drawn. Also, free garlic parmesan appetizers with the purchase of 2 entrees from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. if you mentioned this radio ad. This is for tonight only, Thursday only. Once again, folks, the Hurricane Grill here in Lake Worth. There's going to be a first and second quarter raffle of the Thursday night football game for the $200 worth of gift cards. Make sure you get here tonight. Hurricane Bar Grill here in Lake Worth. And listen, guys, the boom boom sliders, the garlic parm wings, the mild wings, the fries, the firecracker shrimp, hot and honey, we had it all. It's amazing. Check it out, too. We posted it on our social medias at ESPN West Palm. You got to get on out to Lake Worth, folks.
Well, there's a reason to get out here, not only for that, but also to watch the game. It's going to be on Amazon Prime tonight. The 6-7 San Francisco 49ers versus the 7-6 Los Angeles Rams. But the reason you could watch it is so you don't really have to pay for the streaming service yourself. All you could do is just show up to here and enjoy yourself, have some food, have a couple drinks, and watch the game in peace. Because it has just been announced that YouTube TV says Merry Christmas to all of its customers, raises prices by over $10 a month.
Wait a minute. I'm a YouTube TV subscriber.
You're a customer. So let's get this straight. So now YouTube TV is going to be in the realm of $80+ a month, on top of the fact that you're going to need Amazon Prime, Peacock, Netflix, Paramount. You're going to need Hulu, ESPN Plus. You're going to need all of these streaming services if you're a sports fan, just to watch sports. But that's not even considering the fact if you like watching other things, if you like watching the news, if you like watching general-based TV channels, that is something that's going to have to enter the checkbook to make sure that you have everything covered. What a disgrace. Way to say Merry Christmas to all your loyal customers. YouTube TV used to be the alternative to cable and used to be the getaway. Oh, don't spend as much. They're ripping you off. You know, the $90 a month is not worth it. Here, offer us for $50, $60 a month with YouTube TV. Now it's the same price. And that's not excluding the idea that there's a bunch of other streaming services that you need.
Something my dad says, Colin, what a racket. I mean, what a racket they have on these streaming services and these games. No wonder these companies are paying top dollar millions and millions of dollars, damn near billions of dollars to get these games so they could charge an arm and a leg for somebody to subscribe in order to watch the game. And then the next thing you know, oh, I'm paying for this. Wait a minute, I didn't even know I was paying for this. This hit the account? I mean, I can't tell you how many times that has happened to me, like, oh my God, I forgot I even subscribed to that.
Right.
So it's not surprising at all. And for myself, it's even worse because I root for an out-of-market baseball team. I root for an out-of-market basketball team. And you have the numbers in front of you. And honest to God, it is disgusting on what I am paying when it comes to watch my sports teams. And then I didn't even unpack that I'm a Manchester United fan. I'm a soccer fan. I'm paying for 3 separate services to watch Man U.
It's incredible. So we mentioned the Disney Pluses, the Hulus, the Netflixes, the ESPN Pluses of the world. That's for premier games, usually.
Right.
Unless you're a lower tier college basketball, if that's your style, or a couple Peacock random Big Ten games. Usually those are premier matchups that you are watching on those streaming services. Now, we haven't even considered the out-of-market, like Mike said. So the NBA League Pass, for example, if you want to get for one team, it's $13.99 a month. If you want to get the whole thing, it's $16.99 a month. The MLB package is $120 just for one team the entire season, which is actually not that bad of a deal considering you're getting 100 plus games. But the NFL, on top of that, if you don't have YouTube TV, it's upwards of $470 for the entire season on Sunday Ticket. So if we were to add that all up, listen, I'm no math whiz, but that would be upward of $700-800 either versus the monthly or throughout the entire thing. I'm not going to do the whole math, but it's upwards of thousands of dollars over the year just to watch sporting events. And that, to me, is a disgrace. That, to me, should not be allowed. That is, you're worried about the cable companies monopolizing everything, and now it's entirely too spread out. It's spread too thin. How are people supposed to afford this?
Everyone wants their piece of the pie.
In this economy, how are we supposed to afford this?
Nothing says ho, ho, ho like a Netflix NFL game that's probably not even going to be able to buffer. The last time we saw Netflix, you point this out all the time, the Jake Paul fight. How many times did I have to go up to my Xbox controller and reset that damn fight to make sure that it was live?
A fight for nobody cared about either.
Listen, we're going to be with family. My grandmother's going to, Mikey, what's going on with the TV? Oh, it's on Netflix. She's the one I got to explain these things to. Anytime there's a problem with the streaming service, oh, honey, what do I do? What do I do with it? They are just completely monopolizing this on a totally different side.
They're not monopolizing it because it's on 100 different. But monopoly is one thing. It's entirely spread too thin. Whatever the word is, it's too many kings in the castle. It's incredible for to get these different streaming services just to accommodate you watching games. Mm-hmm. If it's a problem with the cable companies being too expensive for everything, now it's a problem for there's 1,000 different things that you need to accommodate just to watch your either favorite team or a premier matchup and this and that. It's spread too thin.
There you go. That's the word. That's the word.
It's spread too thin. 888-760-3776. The number to get into the program, 888-760-3776. With YouTube TV raising its prices on top of the other $1,000 you have to spend in order to watch sporting events nowadays. What is the alternative? Are you cutting some out? Are you making decisions on which to have, which to not have? Let us know, 888-760-3776.
And then, I want to remind everybody, too, the Netflixes, the Peacocks, they want more, right? That they want more so they could upcharge. Like, that's why YouTube TV started upcharging because they got the NFL Sunday Ticket, right? Because they're the exclusive owner. It used to be DirecTV, and now they're the quote-unquote exclusive owner of the NFL, and they feel like that they're bulletproof.
888-760-3776. What are you cutting out of your streaming service? I guess
none of it.
It's basically
none of it.
rent.
I'm going to be
rent.
broke.
It's rent. Leo in Riviera Beach, you join Russo and Rizzo now on ESPN 106.3. Leo, what's on your mind? What do you got for us?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I'm so mad and distraught over the inability to watch games like on a random Tuesday night. I'm a Marlins fan. I don't get the Marlins games on basic cable. I'm a Dolphins fan. If the Dolphins, I swear, having a playoff game on Netflix last year against the Chiefs, I like swear if it wasn't the Dolphins, I would have canceled my Netflix because I'd rather just not watch it at that point because you're making it too difficult to find. I remember the days, and I'm 37 years old. I remember the days you could turn on 1 o'clock. You knew there was going to be a game on Fox. There was going to be a game on CBS. 4 o'clock, there might be one game on Fox and not a game on CBS because they got the rodeo. But most of the time, it was 3 to 4 games per Sunday. And it just makes me sick. It feels un-American. It feels like collusion, to be honest, between the cable companies because they're like, we don't care as long as they're paying for it. And it just makes me sick because it makes me not want to watch the games. Like I want to sit down with my son and say, hey, it's a random Tuesday night. The Heat are playing Mavericks. I want to be able to go on VSiN or whatever the heck it is now and watch it. But it's like blacked out because you got to get it on streaming services. And it's only going to get worse.
It's going to get worse. Leo, have you cut any out? Have you started to, I guess, make your goodbyes to the Netflixes of the world? Have you made a decision on any of them yet? Or are you just going to, like the rest of us, have to suck it up and basically drain our bank accounts in favor of these streaming services?
Well, I haven't bought Sunday Ticket, so I'm still holding out on that. But with the other ones, I'm still mooching off other people's accounts for Prime and for Netflix. Don't tell anybody.
Good call, Leo. Appreciate it. 888-760-3776. Streaming services are getting more and more expensive. YouTube TV raising its prices by over $10 a month. A very Merry Christmas from YouTube TV and company on top of the $10.99 for Apple TV if you want to watch a premier MLB game here and then. And you want to spend for one team only on League Pass. That only applies when they're not in blackout games. $13.99 a month. And the Sunday Ticket being $500. And the MLB at bat being $120. And the ESPN Plus if you want to watch any hockey. It's an absolute disgrace how much these streaming services and these companies are bleeding out the common consumer in favor of exclusivity and in favor of them being able to carry some godforsaken game that I feel like I have to watch that I end up watching and having to spend $15 a month for it. That is as dumb as it can possibly get. Everybody thought the cable companies were the problem. Right. Rewind 15 years, cable companies, they're monopolizing, they control the prices. That's why. And then you're like, all right, well, there's these streaming services. They don't have commercials. You could go over and just spend a pretty penny per month, and you get a whole catalog of movies and television and eventually live events. That was the allure. Nowadays, if you want to get Amazon Prime, unless you pay for a premium edition, you have to deal with the ads. So it's not even like the ads you could get away with it on the Netflix side of things. You're not even exclusive content without advertisements. You have to pay for the premium edition just to get away from ads. It's turning exactly, it's a full circle. It's turning exactly in what it promised to destroy. It has turned into very same monster.
I was going to finish this off by just saying we're going to want to go back to cable. It's like there's going to be so many things. Someone's going to go, wait a minute, I wish it was just all there at once. And then we're right back around to just having cable and right on the wire.
Ridiculous.
It is insane. Insanity.
888-760-3776.
Now, which one out of these do you like the most? If you had to pick like one of these streaming services,
in terms of what?
Just the one that you wouldn't. So we're talking about which ones we would get rid of. Which ones is a non-negotiable you have to have? What's the one that you have to have?
Yeah, probably Amazon Prime. It's
agree.
Probably the Thursday night game.
I agree.
And Amazon Prime just generally, you get a better deal out of it. But in terms of actual sports content, that Peacock is important now, too.
It is.
Because you get the Sunday night games out of it. You get a playoff game out of it. You get a lot of college sports out of it. That is an important one as well. 888-760-3776. Which streaming service are we cutting out of the checkbook? Which one are we sick of having nowadays? Let us know, 888-760-3776. We go to Palm Beach Lakes. Marty in Palm Beach Lakes, you join us now on Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3. Marty, what do you got for us?
What's poppin', Marty?
What's up, boys? I got an idea for you.
What's
the
that?
Panthers
Let's hear
did
it.
Right, they took us back to the air.
What's that?
Y'all hear me? Okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
We hear you,
Right,
Marty.
They took us back over the air. Yeah, they took us back over the air, man. Ditch all those apps and let's watch the Panthers win another cup today.
Oh, you're talking about the Florida Panthers. I thought you were talking about the Carolina Panthers. Okay. I was confused.
No, they're not winning any cups.
Yeah,
Florida
fair enough.
Panthers,
Correct.
'cause they put it back on the antenna, brother.
Yeah, that's right. They did, and that's for the old school people who appreciate that. So, Marty, do you not fall for any of this? Do you not have any of these services that forces you to tune into these games?
No, I got YouTube TV, and I'm going to say it's making me rethink it today. I love the Dolphins, but maybe I'll just go grab a beer at a bar and call it a day.
Come over to
Yeah.
Hurricane Dockside Grill in Lake Worth, and you can come hang out and watch the game for free of charge.
Marty, you get $200 worth of gift cards for the raffle tonight during the first and second quarter. So get on out here.
You might be right onto something in the fact that your best bet in terms of watching something might be a bar, a grill, something like that, a restaurant in which you could hang out leisurely and watch the game that way. That might be your best option instead of spending an arm and a leg just to turn on these games. Unbelievable. We appreciate the call. Yeah,
Appreciate it, Marty.
Appreciate it, Marty. We stay in Port St. Lucie, actually, and we got Bill joining us. Bill, what's on your mind?
Bill, what's going on?
Hey, guys. How you doing? Long-time listener. You guys are amazing.
Appreciate that,
Appreciate
Bill.
it, partner.
What's on your mind?
I got a thought, and I'm surprised none of the owners actually come up with this yet, but if you're a fan of football, or if you're a fan of baseball, you're a fan of one team. I don't care what Indianapolis Colts are doing. I don't care what Seattle, Seahawks are doing. But how come somebody like Jerry Jones hasn't introduced a streaming service where I can watch a Cowboys game every week?
Yeah, so you're wondering why Jerry Jones, of all people, has not created like a Cowboys-only streaming service? It's a good question. And the answer is that the Cowboys fall under the umbrella of the NFL, and the NFL has the rights to distributing its content. Now, to the same point, the MLB and the NBA do single-team options, and that is still under the umbrella of the entire league. It's a good thought, and it's probably a good idea and where it's heading, but it's all about CBAs and television contracts, and the league operates at the expenses of the team. So I agree. It would make sense because people like the regional sports and they like their teams, and that's all they care about. But in terms of actually negotiating the contracts, that's not really how it works, unfortunately. But I like the idea.
And the NFL, I don't see them making a change because, as we talk about all the time, they think,
too much money.
Correct. And they are bulletproof in the sense where they could do whatever the hell they want. You're going to have to deal with it.
Good call, Bill. And
Thank you, Bill.
To the point, they know that we're going to pay it. That's unfortunate. We stay on the phone lines, 888-760-3776. We got Tom in Palm City joining us. Tom, what's on your mind? What do you got for us?
What's going on, fellas? I'm going to hook everybody up right now. We're going to solve this problem immediately.
Please solve it for us.
We're canceling all of the streaming services, and you're downloading this app. I'm not going to say the exact name because I don't want to blow it up.
Yeah, be careful.
Hang on here.
Hold on. If you got a diamond in the rough, Tom, be careful here. Oh, hold on.
I want to tell you, listen, just because I don't want to blow it up for everybody, but it's got the number 2 and the name Max in it. Look it up, sports, on your play thing, on your app center, and it's $40 a month. Everything you've ever wanted.
So it's
Everything.
so it's $40 a month, and it's got 2 and the name Max in it. It's an app, and it's got everything you ever want in terms of watching sports.
Everything, not just sports. Everything, Netflix, everything you want, and they have great customer service. And
So they have,
and you red zone anything you want. I'm telling you, it's a game changer.
Tom, have you checked the legality of this very website that you were talking about?
Hey, all I know is it's on the Play Google Play thing, and they have customer service that's in America, not in India. And so anytime anything goes wrong, you just call them up, and they fix it for you. They give you a new code to put in. They send you an email. Bada bing, bada boom. Right back
All right. Tom's your guy. If you're looking for watching a game, you go to Tom in Palm City. Good call.
Thank you, Tom.
Letting us putting us
I'll
on.
tell you what, my favorite part about that call might have been the bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, it's simple and gets you in and out. You just call customer service, and it's in America. So I guess that was
not in India.
He didn't vet any legalities. So chances are Tom is dwindling on the side of the law.
Tom is the customer service. He answers the phone from his living
This
room.
might be Tom's app. This is Tom's app. He's trying to plug his app. All right, Tom. Well, I proceed with caution, but I appreciate the call nonetheless. 888-760-3776 on Russo and Rizzo, ESPN 106.3. We welcome in John and Lake Worth. John, you're on Russo and Rizzo. What's on your mind?
Gentlemen, what do you say, fellas?
How's it going, partner?
What's going on?
What's going on here is a travesty, right? So to answer your question from before, Amazon Prime is probably the best app that you would have to have.
Bang for your buck. Yeah, bang for your buck.
Without paying an arm and a leg. But here's what's probably going to happen, right? So, we already pay an arm and a leg for those that have cable just to get the Red Zone and the Peacock and everything else included to watch what we can watch. But it's going to create people, because of the economy and finances being tough, to just cancel all these services, and nobody's going to watch anymore. And if nobody watches anymore, then these guys can't get these big, huge contracts that they just got, and then it's going to start hitting them in the heart.
So you're waiting, I guess, everybody to kind of band together, and I guess all collectively come to an agreement that we are done paying for this, and we are done. I agree with you in theory, but it's sort of like the uprising you're waiting to happen, and it never sort of happens.
Hang on, John. Are we going on strike? Are we going on strike?
Well, look, I've gone on strike before, right? So when the baseball players had that strike years ago, I refused to go to a baseball game for 10 years. I didn't go to a game. I didn't take my kids to a game. I didn't.
Wait, why? What did baseball do to you? Hold on a second. What's wrong with baseball? What happened to go to a ball game?
I was pissed they went on strike.
So you're mad they went on strike, so in return, you went on strike of going to their games when they actually resumed play. That was your problem?
That's correct.
Fair play to him. Right. Kyle, listen, the guy's a man of morals. Fair play to him.
So let's get this straight. John, you're not watching any games until everybody gets on strike and no longer watches sports. That's what I'm hearing?
No, I won't go that far. I'm not watching games that I have to pay anything other than what my cable service gives me right now.
Now, John, do you have YouTube TV? Because I'm one of these. I'm one of the millions of people that are subscribed to YouTube TV that are getting hit hard here next month.
I am not subscribed to YouTube TV. Actually, the games we can't see on TV. My son finds this TikTok thing where somebody's watching the game and streams it from their phone on TikTok while they're watching it from their living room or something.
Hold on. So if it's not in your cable program, your grand plan is to find it on TikTok via your son?
Listen, the 15-year-old can find it. I can find it too, right?
Oh God, now we got the illegal stream.
Yeah,
talk
John. Now we're talking. I appreciate the call. Good
John,
call.
thanks, partner. Appreciate it.
So John's idea is stick with your cable service, and until you cannot find it, then you go and find it on TikTok. If you don't have a son, I don't know what to tell you, but that is John's plan.
Listen, I know plenty. No names, please, but I know plenty of people that bootleg these games, and I can't do that. I can't do that. I need the legal way to watch these games. So I guess, folks, I'm the sucker that's going to be paying thousands of dollars.
You're the reason we're never going to go on have an uprising.
Because I'm a goody two-shoes over here. Right? I'm not bootlegging these games on your Fire Stick or whatever the hell my friends try to sell me on here. They're 15 plays behind. Something happens. We're sitting in Discord. By the way, Discord is where a place you could go, talk to your friends, stream a game together. They're like, Riz, you're spoiling the play. I'm like, brother, it happened 10 minutes ago. What are we doing here?
I think there's also a delineation between what a strike is and a boycott. A strike is when you stop working. A boycott is when you stop paying for something. Just got to get that out there.
I mean, Christian,
there's the historian of the group making sure that we're all set on our lingo. Thanks.
Christian, I nonetheless was mentioning the SpongeBob episode where they went on strike, where him and Squidward go on strike with Mr. Krabs and the whole nine.
Okay.
Good job by John and Lake Worth. Dave Druda, of course, our director of operations, chiming in on the comment section, says, everybody go on strike, cancel all the expensive streaming services, listen to all the best games right here on ESPN 106.3. Good plug, Dave. Dave's 100% right. Brian Rowitz, I assume, our director of content, said, John, give Tom a call, because Tom's looking to get people on his app. So Tom, who has 2 and Max on the Google Play Store.
That's all he gave us.
$40 a month. It has everything, according to Tom.
Going on a scavenger hunt.
There's nothing it doesn't have.
Why would he want to plug the app but not plug the app?
Because too many, CK, you don't want too many people finding out.
You don't want too many people finding out. He can't handle the traffic. He's a one-man show. So we're going to have to give Tom the benefit of the doubt there. But we continue onward on Russo and Rizzo. We're live here at the Hurricane Dockside Grill in Lake Worth. Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo. Christian Catt, you heard him, back from the City Play Studios in West Palm Beach. We continue onward. The streaming services, the prices are getting too high. YouTube TV raising by over $10 a month starting next month in 2025. Just a long list of things that you have to pay for monthly just to watch your favorite games or even access a television show nowadays. It's too much. What are you cutting out? Let us know. 888-760-3776. We're going to speak with Matt Barry of SportsCenter coming up in just about 15 minutes. So stick around for that. It's Russo and Rizzo, ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
What's the Anajar and Levine difference? When you're injured in a car crash, we focus on your case so you can focus on the one thing that matters most, getting better. I'm Glenn Levine with Anajar and Levine. We'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. We'll help you take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack. It is bowl season. Are you ready to make some money? Get our bowl analysis sheet. It's a predicted final score on every single bowl game this year, included in all packages that go at least to the national championship game. Go to FatJackSports.com and for less than $100 a week, build profit betting on sports. Basketball wins again last week. Soccer is having a huge year, and football is going to have a huge bowl season. Go to FatJackSports.com, sign up today, and win heading into 2025 at FatJackSports.com.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with Hank and Sam from the Ford crew. Today, a new shipment of inventory.
Hank, what's going on?
Another hauler full of new Ford trucks and SUVs, Sam.
So much SUV capability. Is that?
Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 47 years. And a big selection means...
big savings?
Yep, which means...
it's the best time to buy?
Well done, Sam. And time for America to get holiday ready with Ford.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY Industry reported total sales.
Imagine a place where the sun is always shining, the drinks are ice cold, and the food is bursting with flavor. Welcome to Hurricane Grill and Wings, where locals and visitors alike gather to weather this storm we call life. You can escape here anytime you like. Today's forecast, hot, crispy wings with a 100% chance of frothy beers. Later, we're predicting big burgers and seafood tacos moving in. Escape the ordinary. Visit hurricanewings.com to find your nearest spot and enjoy a taste of summer all year round.
James Madison and WKU are going bowling in Boca. Experience the 11th annual Boca Raton Bowl, Wednesday, December 18th at FAU Stadium. The James Madison Dukes and the WKU Hilltoppers battle for gridiron glory. FanFest starts at 2 o'clock with kickoff at 5:30 p.m. Get your tickets at BocaRatonBowl.com. James Madison and Western Kentucky in the 11th annual Boca Raton Bowl, Wednesday, December 18th at FAU Stadium.
Hey, it's Josh Cohen. When you need auto repair, honesty and reliability are everything. Trust the home for honest, reliable service since 1970. St. Lucie Battery and Tire. St. Lucie Battery and Tire has all the tire and battery brands in stock for cars, trucks, RVs, marine, power sports, golf carts, everything. Major and minor service repairs, free tire pressure, battery checks. St. Lucie Battery and Tire, over 50 years in our community. And now with 18 full-service locations, West Palm to the Treasure Coast. Go to slpt.com. That's slpt.com.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Tom might be onto something. We found his the fancy website, and listen, it looks like I don't even know what to say. It looks a little of the adult variety, but that's what I'll say there. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe it says over 850 plus channels, local channels, pay-per-view events, premium channels, NFL, NBA. So maybe he's onto something to escape these streaming services. I'm not gonna plug it because I don't know if the legality. I don't want to get
right. I'm not. I mean, we're quite
I don't want to get
frankly,
arrested.
Folks, we're not sure if it's legal or not. Now, Scott on site. All right, Scott here at Hurricane.
Scott found it.
Scott found it here at Hurricane Bar and Grill in Lake Worth, and the Dockside folks Hurricane here in Lake Worth. And I mean, it looks like it got put together by a toddler. Can I call it what it is?
I disagree with this.
That looks like it got put together by a second grader.
I'm benefit of the doubt here. I'm seeing the vision. Tom might be onto something. I'm going to do some more research into this, my friend, and I'm going to come back because we'll see. But in the meantime, Mike said it. We're at Hurricane Dockside Grill in Lake Worth, having a great time here. Thursday night football tonight, so you got a game on Amazon Prime. If you want to start and boycott the streaming services, start tonight and come to Hurricane Dockside Grill in Lake Worth and watch the game here. The bars are allowed to have it, but
right.
the consumer does not need to pay the money for it. Instead, you can come here and have a great time because they got some special promos coming.
Folks, there will be a raffle during the first and second quarter of the Thursday night football game. $200 worth of Hurricane Grill and Wing gift cards will be auctioned off. So you got to make sure you're here because, folks, you have to be present. If your name gets drawn and you're not here, guess what? We're picking someone else. So you got to be here. You cannot use the gift cards tonight. But $200 worth of Hurricane Grill gift cards on the line. You also get free garlic parmesan appetizer with the purchase of 2 entrees from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. If you mention this radio ad, this deal will only apply for tonight's Thursday game, December 12th, 2024. Once again, first and second quarter, raffling off $200 worth of Hurricane Grill and Wings gift card. Get your butts down here to the Dockside location in Lake Worth, Hurricane Grill.
We're waiting for you then. We got Thursday night football on tonight, a playoff implicating matchup. In a lot of ways, an elimination game between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers, who are sitting around 500, flirting with 500. The Niners 6-7, and the Rams 7-6. Of course, that NFC West has been neck and neck the whole way, with Seattle really leading the way. But the Rams have found themselves a little bit of a path. They've beaten Seattle head-to-head. They only really need to be a game back because they have them Week 18. That probably will be that Sunday night football game, the last game of the year, for a full playoff spot if they do what they're supposed to do. And it starts tonight, a good matchup between the Niners, who are now a little bit more healthy. Nick Bosa is basically expected to play per Adam Schefter of ESPN. So Nick Bosa is healthy. I know they designated Dre Greenlaw to return. The Niners are creeping back into the health, but it might be too little too late as they take on a Ram team that's churning in the right side right now in that playoff race.
And then we talked about this a few shows ago. I think all of us are in agreement that the Rams are most likely going to win this division. For some reason, I just don't buy Seattle, which isn't fair to the first-year head coach down there out in Seattle.
They played great.
They're playing good defense. Geno Smith taking care of the football enough and making the plays he needs to do at the end of the game. But give me McVay, give me Stafford, give me Nakua and Kupp. I got to shout out our partnership coordinator, Mike Jones. He had this stat for me, Colin. It's the first time that Nakua and Kupp are healthy tonight versus the San Francisco 49ers. So that's something interesting to look out for.
Versus the team.
Yes, versus the team. Versus San Francisco. So I'd probably lean more towards the Rams, but I think it's going to be a good game because all of a sudden San Francisco's almost back to 500.
Well, San Francisco is stunk against the division, so they're not going to get any benefit of the doubt in terms of tiebreakers. But the Rams, on the other hand, are 2-1, and they have 3 divisional games to finish off the year. The Niners have gotten through a lot of their divisional games already, but with the Cardinals crumbling and the Rams, I guess, firing when they're healthy, I think they can fire that, especially that offense. Can fire with mostly any offense in the NFL. I think that this is a good opportunity for the Rams to really put together a playoff push here, leading up to probably a showdown for the division against the Seattle Seahawks towards the end of the year. They still have to deal with the Cardinals again, of course, but they have the Jets next week. This is the Rams off a long week. So a favorable schedule to a degree comparatively when the Niners still have the Lions to deal with.
Right.
And they have a tougher schedule.
I wonder,
Dolphins.
I wonder if any of these teams can win a playoff game too. I don't think San Francisco, I don't think they're going to be able to sneak into the playoffs. So I guess this is more of a Los Angeles Ram question. We got to see how it shakes out. and depending health,
that offense can keep him in it.
They can.
That's my take.
And Stafford is a veteran quarterback who's probably going to be able to make the plays at the end of these games. And if the stars stay healthy, if Nakua and Kupp and company stay healthy, sky is the limit.
We got to get to some phone lines really quick. 888-760-3776. That's the number to get into the program. Streaming services, the costs are rising. It is now more expensive than ever to watch your favorite sporting event or your favorite channel because you got to keep in track of basically paying for 1,100 different things just to watch games over the year. We got to talk to Matt Berry of SportsCenter, the ESPN sportscaster, coming up next. But first, let's talk with Brandon from Port St. Lucie, joining us now on Russo and Rizzo. Brandon, what's on your mind?
Colin, Mike, what's up, guys? Love the show.
Appreciate
How you doing,
what's
brother?
on your mind? What do you got for us?
All you got to do, man, is go to the Google tab there, type in NFL stream. It'll take you to Reddit. No buffering. Watch a game, kick back, relax, have a cold one.
Right.
It,
just
man, nothing illegal about it.
So, wait a
Nothing.
minute. Nothing illegal about it. Wait a minute.
So you just click on these Reddit stream links. You know, they only take your social security number, and then they get your address, and then they sell your IP number.
And then the hackers start getting
and
that
the hackers
shit.
start coming. But you get to sit down and crack open a cold one and watch the game. That's basically what I'm hearing.
Yeah, man, I've been doing it for years. Nothing's happened to me, and my identity hasn't been stolen. You have to click on one of the top ones. It'll take you to Stream East. Just click watch. You have to click on it a few times. No buffer, man. Any Bills game that's not on national television, I've had no problem with watching it the past 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah, no, I agree. Good call, Brandon. And to a point, I'm familiar. So I'm a big fan. That's the reliable one. So I'll get it out.
This is part of the what I just said, the back end bootlegging part of finding a stream, and then my friends yelling at me for spoiling something in a group chat.
We got to get to break. We're going to talk with Matt Berry, the ESPN sportscaster, who is going to be the play-by-play man of the TGL series presented by SoFi. That is going to be opening day. It's going to be January 7th at 9 p.m. on ESPN and ESPN+. Want to get his thoughts on that, plus a slew of college football things. Packed show ahead. Matt Berry coming up. Stick around. Russo and Rizzo, ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Hello, I'm attorney Robert Rubenstein, and this is Rubenstein's Rules for Personal Injury. Rule number 7, understand attorney's fees. You've probably heard no fee guarantee, or you only pay if you win. This isn't some kind of special offer. Most injury attorneys are paid this way. We get paid this way. There are limits on what percentage attorneys can charge. Our firm charges you nothing, not even costs, unless you get money. Call Rubenstein Law at 1-800-FL-LEGAL. Offices in Palm Beach and throughout Florida.
As market dynamics change, the quality and service you receive from your accounting firm shouldn't. Partner-owned since 1923, Anshin Accountants and Advisors take the time to get to know you and your unique circumstances to help resolve complex issues and develop innovative tax and accounting solutions tailored to meet your goals. If you're a high net worth individual or business owner eager for a strategy to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver value where others can't. Visit ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, recalculating what's possible.
The Club at Lost Lake, a championship Fazio design golf course in Hope Sound. Golf and social memberships are now available with no waiting list and immediate access. The course and club will see over $10 million in capital improvements and is one of the best private club values in the area. Experience the beauty and challenge of this renowned course for yourself. Enjoy year-round access to exclusive amenities and events. Visit clublostlake.com to schedule a visit today. Don't miss out on this incredible course. And please, putt responsibly.
It's ESPN 106.3, your home for live sports presented by Hard Rock Bet. Home of the Miami Dolphins, Miami Hurricanes, and all of the biggest football matchups throughout the week. Hard Rock Bet, it's Florida's official sports book. Try Hard Rock Bet now and receive up to $100 back in bonus bets if your first bet does not win. Hard Rock Bet, roll with us. It's offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling, call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 1063.
Rolling on here live from the Hurricane Dockside Grill over in Lake Worth. It's Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 1063. Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo, Christian Cat helping us out back at the City Place Studios in downtown West Palm Beach. Well, you got the football season now, but if you want to look ahead, of course, we got something important coming up next month. Yeah, that is the opening day of the TGL presented by SoFi. It was just released, actually, that the broadcast crew of the inaugural team within that league is going to be one of none other than Scott Van Pelt, Matt Berry, and Marty Smith. Matt Berry, of course, being the play-by-play man. You could hear him on ESPN on SportsCenter as well as a slew of other things, the Masters, basically go down the list. We'd like to welcome in Mr. Matt Berry to the program on Russo and Rizzo. Mr. Berry, what's going on today? How you doing?
Gentlemen, I am one day away from making my annual winter pilgrimage to the great city of West Palm Beach, Florida.
Wow.
And so I'm in a great spot right now.
Okay, you're in a great spot. You're looking forward to getting down to the warm weather. And let me ask, so this, to my understanding, you are very familiar with the West Palm area. And so I guess doing something like the TGL is going to be no foreign concept to you due to location, huh?
No, it works out well. The scheduling of it's great. I'm excited to be a part of what I think is going to be technology that changes the game of golf. And to be able to do my Sports Center, I'm going to be doing Sports Center from TGL on Mondays and Tuesdays. Call the matches Tuesday nights. I'll hop back down to Connecticut for a day or so to wrap up the Sports Center week and then spend the rest of the time in West Palm. So scheduling-wise, location-wise, an opportunity to be a part of a startup is going to be incredible.
Matt, what should fans expect from the TGL partner?
It's a great question because this isn't your grandfather's golf. We did some rehearsals last week with Rory McIlroy and Keegan Bradley, and the one thing both of them said is how quickly it moves. I mean, it is fast-paced golf. There's a 40-second shot clock. There's been shot clock violations. There's timeouts. There's ways to make the holes worth more money. It's a legitimate competition while playing golf. And I think fans are going to love the technology. I think they're going to love the intimate relationships they have with the players during the broadcast. I mean, all of it's basically, if you want to hear Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy read putts with other players, they're mic'd up. You're going to hear that. If you want to hear why they did something they did, I'm going to ask them. You'll hear that. And so I think that we're just going to bring you in your living room with something that the sport's never seen.
And, Matt, you brought up a lot of interesting points there, especially the intimacy surrounding the players talking and I guess the surrounding state-of-the-art nature of the SoFi Center, which is going to be in Palm Beach Gardens in the area. We'll get into that, the actual center in a second. But first, as the play-by-play man of this crew, you're going to be live on site. This is something new. This is something that there's not necessarily a blueprint in terms of how to do a broadcast in this sense. This is not like doing the U.S. Open or the Masters. This is something a whole different where you could actually have access to the golfers in between rounds. Is this going to be sort of a learning process for you as a sportscaster, and also how you want to kind of test boundaries based on some of the norms surrounding, I guess, broadcasting golf?
There you go. You hit it on the head. We're gonna be disruptors. We are gonna test boundaries. We are gonna do things that you'll never see on another broadcast. And I think that's what makes it risky, and that's what makes it exciting. And for me, I think the biggest balance is this: when you have 6 of the best players in the world playing each other every Tuesday night in primetime on ESPN, my job is to stay out of the way and let the viewer hear them communicate with each other, talk trash to each other, and have fun. But then it's also my job to bring the best out of these players after a funny moment, after a bad shot, after a disagreement with a strategy on a team. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a feeling out process for the players as well. They're going to have to play 15 holes, under 2-hour match with hearing me the whole time. And I'll respect them and when they're getting ready to hit. But I think everyone's going to feel it out to understand how exactly to best execute while seeing the best golf and bringing the best out of everyone.
Now, Matt, there are teams here, partner. I got the Boston Common Golf, Jupiter Links Golf Club. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 teams on here. Is this going to be a big part of this, or are they going to combine scores for these teams, and you think people are going to get behind a specific team and back them?
So, look, if you're from the New England area and you're watching one of the matches of Boston Common Golf, and you have Keegan Bradley, Rory McIlroy, Hideki Matsuyama, Adam Scott, whatever 3 are going to be playing. If you're watching it and you're from that area, you're just going to inherently root for the team
Right.
that's got Boston in front of it, right? Same thing with New York. Same thing in L.A. Same thing with the Bay Area. Same thing with Atlanta. Jupiter Lynx is the Florida home team, and it's got Tiger, and they're loaded. So what's going to happen is here's what's going to happen. Viewers are going to look at it, and they're going to say they're going to default to their normal DNA of just watching player A and player B play golf. And then when they see the scoring format, points per hole, and state and city teams attached to it, I think then you'll see people starting to switch that mindset of, oh, Atlanta's playing this week. Oh, Jupiter's playing this week. It'll start to take off that way.
Talking with Matt Berry, the ESPN SportsCenter host, but also going to be the play-by-play man for the inaugural broadcast crew on the TGL, which is premiering Tuesday, January 7th, 9 p.m. on ESPN and ESPN+. Matt, another thing you mentioned, too, is that state-of-the-art SoFi Center. You're going to be broadcasting from there. I know they're going to have a whole bit of media sector of it, but I've actually had the pleasure of walking through this SoFi Center. It's over in Palm Beach Gardens, just north of us in West Palm. And let me just tell you this, a couple things that I want to bring up before I get your thoughts on it. I'm sure you've seen it. If not, I'm curious on what your expectations are. First of all, it's state-of-the-art in terms of the technology. One of the biggest screens I've ever seen is going to be that actual golf simulator aspect of it, and, of course, the rotating green and everything. But my biggest surprise is, of course, this place is kind of like a big hangar, but it's so intimate. And there's only going to be like a couple thousand people in the building. This is going to be a different in-person feel comparatively than what people are used to. This is going to be a very I am fascinated to see, I guess, from an in-person versus a television perspective, just how intimate this can really get. I know that's part of the brand. That's why TGL is going to be so intriguing. But from your perspective, you probably have seen the SoFi Center over in Palm Beach Gardens. What have been your reactions to it, and sort of it leans into the intimacy of it all?
Yeah, so my first time I walked in, and I said, holy, and looked around, because it really is something like you've never seen before. And the way that they've built it and the way that the lighting is done, which, by the way, they hired the person who's in charge of lighting at WWE, and you know how the lighting is during those shows. The way that they have the LEDs wrapped around the arena with the players and the team names, the quality of the surface, the screen, just all the technology. You just walk in, you're like, this is a golfer's paradise. That's the first thing you think of, golfer's paradise. Then when you realize you can fit 1,500 people in there, and those people that are fortunate enough to come see it in person see how close they are to some of the best players in PGA Tour history. I mean, if you're a golf fan, you're going to want to come see it because you are right there with them. And pictures don't do it justice. I've said this a million times. Pictures and videos don't do it justice. You have to see it to believe it, because that screen is one of the biggest things I've ever seen. And the care and the quality of what they've built. I keep using this term. The eye candy in person and on television is going to be something else.
Matt, what is the golf fan going to be most surprised about when it comes to the TGL when they tune in?
How competitive these guys are going to be. Like I said, we've done some practice, some rehearsals with some of the players, and they might come in thinking, well, I'm one of the best players of all time, or I'm this and I'm that. I can just come in here and play air quote simulator golf. It's not simulator golf. It's a different style of golf. And so they're going to come in, and you're going to see their competitive juices flow. You're going to see them get excited about things. You're going to see them throw the hammer, which is a thing that goes back and forth, that if a team throws it down, the hole's now worth 2 points. You're going to see gamesmanship. You're going to see everything that you and I would do with our buddies playing golf that you never see on tour. And now you're going to see it in this setting, and you're going to see it. It's going to happen quick, and you're going to wait. It's going to end. You're like, wait, it's over? They won. It happened that quickly. And I think that's what I'm excited about, is the pace with which fans are going to get to enjoy it.
Matt, in your experience so far, I know we're yet to call a game, but who's been the most competitive? You mentioned that you're surprised. The people are going to be surprised at the competitive nature. Which golfer's kind of been the most gung-ho so far?
Well, so I was able to get in there for the rehearsal with Keegan and Rory for Boston Common Golf. And they played a team of really good amateurs. Tyler Strafacci, one of the best amateurs in the country at Georgia Tech. So they went in there, and you could tell right away that Keegan and Rory, and it was their first time in there, that they wanted to come in and win. And they noticed, the holes are the design of the holes are 30 holes, 15-hole matches. the design is incredible. Like one hole, you got to clear 300 feet to get over lava to get onto the fairway. So that's the uniqueness of it, right? Like you're not just going tee box, fairway, green, move on. And so towards the end, they were icing each other with timeouts before someone putt. So the competitiveness was there. They knew that they had to think about the putt for the win. Keegan was big on throwing the hammer to make the hole worth more points. And you really started to see him start picking up strategy. And that's going to be another thing that you don't see in golf. There's strategy with how to hit a shot, and now there's going to be strategy with getting the stuff off where the 40-second shot clock runs out, calling strategic timeouts, and using the hammer to make the hole more valuable.
Clock management.
Yeah.
We got clock management.
It really does add to the allure of the intrigue is a big sell in what the TGL is doing, because it's something that golf is sort of that traditionalist vibe where people need to be quiet. They need to make sure they stay out of the way. People play at the wrong pace.
We want Vegas.
And this is not
that.
We
want a Vegas party. No, we want a party. We want to be a party with golf. We want it to look like spring break golf with the best players in the world. And you know what I hope happens? I hope the old golf curmudgeons get so mad at it at first, but then they can't turn away because it's going to be one of the most exciting things I've ever seen.
All publicity is good publicity. Whether people hate it or love it, you still watched. So that's all that matters. But we're joined now. It's fascinating. One thing I got to say is, Mr. Berry, is with the TGL, you got a great crew ahead of you. You got, of course, Scott Van Pelt back at the studio. You're going to be the play-by-play man on site. And, of course, Marty Smith is going to be, I guess, the sideline reporter-esque of jumping around. In terms of working with those two other gentlemen, a group of three there, you guys are going to be able to kind of get really creative with how you get your ins and outs and how you get this golfer involved in that. Have you guys talked about it? Have you come up with plans in terms of making it feel different or trying to have some fun with it?
You know what's great is, Scotty, SVP, kicking off the show, and he'll bring us in and he'll do the pregame show, as it were, and he'll be able to get everybody ready and have fun with some of the golfers as they prepare to enter the arena. By the way, the entrances to the arena, insane. There's a team song. They come out as a team, spotlights, walking down a tunnel. It's insane. So he'll handle some of that. And then I've worked with Marty for so long on SportsCenter and in college football and at the Masters and the PGA. He knows with me and him, if he's got something great and he's hanging out with Jimmy Fallon in the stands or Serena Williams or someone's out there and they just get in my ear and they say, Matt, toss to Marty, there's no questions asked, and I know whatever he's going to deliver is going to be good. He and I will throw barbs at each other. That's just how we are. And I think one of the more exciting things about this broadcast is we're going to have fun, and we're encouraged to have fun. And the players are encouraged to have fun. And the players, whether they know it or not, they're about to be television stars. Because when they're playing regular rounds of golf, you go to their tee shot, you take to another hole, you go to 15, check it on this guy, you go back to 12, check it on this guy, you go back to 9. This is it. They're on TV for 2 hours. Every single shot they hit, their personalities. And Marty and I will do the best we can to bring it out of them, and I think they're going to kill it.
That's going to be awesome. Matt Berry, of course, of SportsCenter and, of course, the TGL inaugural broadcast crew, joining us now on Russo and Rizzo, live from Hurricane Dockside Grill, Lake Worth. Matt, you have a ton of experience on the college football side of things. Let's segue into that, of course, with the elephant in the room being that playoff coming up next week. You're somebody who went to school at Arizona State, of all schools, and, of course, covering sports over in the Dallas area, Columbia, South Carolina. You, and, of course, doing all your stuff on Saturdays with college football. You are somebody who has got to have a big dog in the fight. Of course, SMU, a Dallas-based team, but of course your alma mater, Arizona State. Arizona State can make some noise here. They stole that bye in a lot of ways. What's your reaction to sort of the alma mater making that big surprise with Kenny Dillingham getting that bid and especially that bye?
Yeah, year two at Kenny, I was thinking, all right, Kenny, let's go into the Arizona game, final game of the season, to finish off 7-5, 8-4, go to a nice bowl, and really build the foundation of the future of the program. I still haven't comprehended the fact that Arizona State has made the first ever 12-team college football playoff. It's been one of the great stories. I grew up in Scottsdale, Arizona. I went to Arizona State. That's all I know in terms of what I grew up watching. And it takes me back to the 96 season with Jake Plummer, and they went on that Rose Bowl run. And so to see them make a run is – I mean, look at the stories, guys. Between Arizona State, Indiana at 11-1. No one knows Indiana plays football, but they do now, and they play it at a really high level. And then SMU, their first year in the ACC, they're paying their own way. They're not getting any TV money, and they're playing for a national championship. And so anybody who thought a 12-team playoff was going to lessen the beauty of the regular season in college football, all proven wrong, because this has been the best season in college football history.
Matt, I got notifications on for you in the Mouth of the South on the ESPN College Football YouTube page. Really love the shows. Really love the shows that you guys do. Very entertaining, folks. Go check it out. Now, Matty, I'm a Buckeye fan. Went to Ohio State, from Ohio. I'm really reeling after that Michigan loss. And, you know, the AD Bjork comes out today and says basically, hey, you know, Ryan Day's not going anywhere. Partner, I wonder how much that will hold if they don't play well against Tennessee, right?
It is a good question because, as you know, I spend 16 hours a Saturday with Joey Galloway, so I'm very versed in the Ohio State Buckeyes program and what they're doing. And I've even said it with Paul on the show. I've said it on College Football Final. I think top to bottom, Ohio State's got the most talented roster in the country, and I don't think it's particularly close. And so having known what they spent on the roster, knowing how much talent's on the roster, it should be national championship or bust in Columbus. And the fact that they lost the way that they did to Michigan, I believe that was a wake-up call that they needed to know that they just can't roll out the ball. I would expect to see a completely different team against Tennessee, and I would expect Ohio State, a la the year with C.J. Stroud where they almost beat Georgia in the semifinal. I would not be surprised if Ohio State went on a run all the way through the bracket.
Matty, who's the team right now that you're looking at and going, they're probably going to win this thing?
Man, if
it's
I
a
knew
tough
if
question.
Carson Beck was going to, because it's a season that we've seen anything happen.
Right.
Georgia is a team I wouldn't want to play, although we don't know Carson Beck's status yet with the severity of that injury. Oregon is undefeated, and they've looked really, really good. But, guys, I could sit here and I could argue for Notre Dame. I mean, I could argue for Texas. I could argue for a lot of teams this year because I just think the parity is so good. I think there's about 4 teams, Ohio State being one of them, Georgia being one of them, I think Texas one of them, Oregon. That's a cluster. Notre Dame, I think there's about 5 teams that we've seen are kind of the class above the rest. But I wouldn't be surprised if SMU goes on a run or Arizona State goes on a run or if Indiana beats Penn State. I wouldn't be surprised. Or if Indiana beats Notre Dame, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
So you're expecting a bit of like a run? I keep hearing run, and that just reminds me of the NCAA tournament with the college basketball. So it's an intriguing way to view college football because it's not necessarily something that we've really associated with college football is going on a run. Usually the best team always wins. But we've alluded to sort of the paths and everything like that. From your perspective, Matt, is there a perfect way to kind of change this format? A lot of people had issues, of course, with SMU getting in over Alabama. I don't have a problem with that. But a lot of people had a problem with, I guess, where Penn State fell in the line, even despite losing the Big Ten championship, and how Oregon is probably the team that got hurt the most by having Ohio State, Tennessee. Second round, do you think the format needs changing? They're probably going to expand in some capacity. Where do you think it's heading? Where do you think the right move is in terms of adjusting this format?
So I don't think that Alabama got hosed. I think SMU belonged in.
Yep.
Alabama lost to 2 6-6 teams, and you can't do that. You can't do that and expect to play for a playoff. Where I do think the format needs to change is that I don't believe that the 5 or the 4 highest-ranked conference champions should get an automatic bye. I think what you need to do is you need to rank the teams 1 through 12. I think the 5 conference champions get in the bracket, and if you're one of the 4 highest-ranked 12 teams, that's also a conference champ, then you get a bye. Otherwise, give me the best 4 teams, get the bye, and if you win your conference championship and you're not one of those top 4 ranked teams, then let them host the playoff game and let that be the reward. But in no world, I'm an Arizona State alum, in no world should ASU and Boise State have first-round byes. They just shouldn't.
Matt, I want to talk conferences with you because – you know, as a Big Ten guy, I go to bat for the Big Ten. I got a bunch of SEC buddies. You know, we saw this story earlier on this year. Both conferences want guaranteed 4 teams in the college football playoff. Obviously, Alabama or Ole Miss, take your pick, would have been the 4th team this year. Where you at with the conferences, and do you think the big dogs, like the Big Ten and the SEC, deserve 4 automatic bids?
Listen, no one's sitting here. No, not the Big Ten. I mean, the Big Ten needs to stop feeling themselves the way that they think that they are.
Hey, come on, Maddie,
I
tend to agree.
Maddie,
I went to Wisconsin. I completely agree with you.
But he hates Wisconsin.
Listen, when you're lucky that you picked up the Pac-12 teams that you did, because this league for years has been Ohio State, Penn State, and Michigan, and the rest is awful. It's awful. So you pick up Oregon. USC wasn't any good this year. Washington's rebuilding. Give me a tough out in the Big Ten other than Oregon, Penn State, Ohio State this year.
Indiana, come on, hey, Cignetti.
Yeah, buy into Cignetti. Come on, let's be fair.
Yeah, and hang on, Matt. You mentioned, hold on, Matty. You mentioned Notre Dame going to go on a run. It's going to be a tough night with Cignetti in town there. Okay, that's going to be a game, that Indiana Notre Dame game.
I hope for the power of the Big Ten, but this give me 4 bid. It will give me more than 4 good teams in your league, and then we'll talk.
So Matt,
I agree. I completely agree with that.
So the SEC still the dominant conference. I mean, Matty, we get a ton of teams that have 3 losses in the SEC. Is that the own eating the own kind of thing? Is that because they have to play each other? Like, maybe, hang on, guys. This is why we do bowl season. We're going to find out if the SEC is still almighty.
Bowl season is not as big as it used to be.
I need to remind you guys, there's a Big Ten team that won it last year and a Big Ten team that was in it last year. I know Washington and DeBoer, nonetheless, were in the Pac-12, but the Big Ten's come a long way, Matt.
They have. That's why I said you're lucky you grabbed the Pac-12 teams that you did. But with the SEC's case, I mean, look, what Ole Miss's loss to Kentucky was inexcusable. They don't lose that game, they're in. Because their other 2 losses are to a 7-5 Florida team and an 8-4
Who's better
LSU.
than 7-5, yeah.
You know what I mean? And they beat Georgia. Alabama, to me, was the one that shouldn't have been considered because their losses to 2 6-6 teams. So it is on any given day. I sat next to Dan Mullen, who got the UNLV job today. I've been with him for 2 years. And he'll sit there and be like, you can't, week in and week out, you don't know who's going to beat you in the SEC. The worst team in that league this year by a long shot was Mississippi State and then Kentucky. Everyone else will get you, and everyone else is a good team. Vanderbilt, the perennial doormat, was good this year.
Good point. Matt Barry, of course, of ESPN, joining us. Matt, you're doing a great job with us. Appreciate the time.
Yeah, thanks,
one last thing here. Bill Belichick, of course, the talk of the town, UNC job, building a little bit of a super staff. We wait to see what he does there with the general manager and the management and the recruiting side of things. It's a surprise to everybody without acknowledging the elephant in the room. I think this is going to revitalize UNC in a big way, bring a lot of money, recruits, and success. Is this something where you could see Belichick, he's just doing this for the kid? Why did he take this job to you, and is UNC going to be thinking about this move favorably 3 years down the line?
So I was on SportsCenter today when we had the Bill Belichick press conference, so we took it live, and I was able to listen to all of it. And Michael Lombardi is going to be the GM, so we'll see how that works. But the one thing that he said was that kind of struck me as to the why. He said, I didn't go looking for college. College came looking for me. And what he meant by that was that he was getting a lot of college coaches calling him for advice on how to handle roster management, how to handle a payroll, how to handle agents, how to really structure your team like an NFL roster. Because, guys, that's what it is. I mean, that's what we're moving forward to, right? And so the more and more he started thinking about it and listening to these things, like, well, wait a second. If I've got all these answers for these college coaches that are coming to me, why don't I give it a shot? Now, that, I think, will benefit him because he comes in knowing how to do it. The one problem where I see Belichick having is he's used to dealing with professional adults, 22 and older, okay? 28, 30, veterans, guys that have been around, guys that know how to handle themselves. You know what he's not used to dealing with? He's not used to dealing with parents, agents, playing time complaints, grades, teachers, everything in between that has everything not to do with college football. You go talk to any coach in the country right now, and if you got a beer in them and got it behind closed doors, they would tell you, I coach less now as a head coach than I did when I was an assistant because I got to deal with all the other BS. And I don't know how Bill Belichick's going to take that. And, oh, by the way, the guy was miserable with Tom Brady as his quarterback. What do you think he's going to do with an 18-year-old at quarterback that throws 2 interceptions a game?
Matt, is this the prime effect? Is this going to be the Deion Sanders effect at North Carolina?
Nah.
It's different, right? It's different.
Yeah, much different. What Bill Belichick is going to get, because we had it for a minute with Herm Edwards in Arizona State, NFL coach. They tried to do the pro model. Turns out they were ahead of the game, but it ended up going down in flames because of recruiting violations.
Right.
But what did happen with Herm that was positive is a lot of these NFL players who had sons going to the college, playing in college, they wanted their son to play for Herm Edwards because of the NFL ties. So what you will see are players who have kids going to college that know that Bill Belichick's going to discipline their kid and get them prepared for life and the NFL. I think there will be an uptick there. But you guys know, and I'm around it a lot, the college player is different now than it was 5-10 years ago. It's either start or bail. There's no compete anymore. It's either like I get playing time or I'm in the portal. How Bill Belichick handles that, it remains to be seen. He strikes me as a guy that doesn't have the patience for it, but time will tell. Maybe this will reinvigorate him in a way he never thought possible. It is kind of aggressive to go the all-NFL approach with Lombardi and Belichick and all that. But again, we might be sitting here 2 years from now. They might be winning ACC championships, and we'll all be proven wrong. I just think this one's going to take time to see if it's going to take or not.
100%, Matt. We appreciate you giving the time. You have great points on the Belichick thing. He hasn't dealt with the parents and the grades and, an 18-year-old who just got $500,000 for the first time. Bill Belichick hasn't dealt with that before. So that's an interesting point there. We appreciate you giving us the time. We appreciate you jumping on. We look forward to the TGL where you will be on the inaugural broadcast crew alongside Scott Van Pelt and Marty Smith. And we'll be at the first one, I believe, doing our show. So maybe we'll see you then. But we appreciate the time. Go. Great job as always.
Yeah. Get you live on site, Matty. How about that?
We'll hope to talk soon.
Live on site. Maybe we'll go hang out at a bar out there.
We got a couple. Hey, hang on.
You know the area,
hang
too.
Hang on. Matty, I got home base. We'll take you to home base, all right?
All right, I'm in. And then maybe we'll close down Cucino one night. Who knows?
Yes. And wait, hang on. 1, 2, 3. We'll deter. You know.
He knows. We'll give you credit, Matt. Appreciate it.
All right, take care, guys.
Thanks, Matty.
That's Matt Berry, the ESPN Sports Center host. He's going to be on the inaugural broadcast crew, the play-by-play man. Alongside Scott Van Pelt and Marty Smith for the TGL presented by SoFi, live from the SoFi Center in Palm Beach Gardens. It's inaugural opening day, January 7th, a Tuesday, 9 p.m. on ESPN, ESPN Plus. Should be a very intriguing way to view golf. We'll have some coverage of that as it gets closer. Big thanks to Matt Berry coming on then. We got to get to break here, get a little 5-5 action coming up next. We're live here at Hurricane Dockside Grill in Lake Worth. It's Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with Hank and Sam from the Ford crew. Today, a new shipment of inventory.
Hank, what's going on?
Another hauler full of new Ford trucks and SUVs, Sam.
So much SUV capability. Is that?
Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 47 years. And a big selection means...
Big savings?
Yep, which means...
It's the best time to buy?
Well done, Sam. And time for America to get holiday ready with Ford.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY Industry reported total sales.
Hi, I'm Michael Manzo, owner and founder of Manzo's Italian Deli, and
Stop, Dad. After 20 years, people are tired of hearing your voice.
Yeah, and your lame-ass commercials.
Fresh prosciutto, mozzarella, outstanding.
Oh, please.
There's only one reason Manzo's is voted #1 deli in Palm Beach County for 20 years. our mother.
She makes sure you prepare everything from scratch using only the freshest ingredients.
Manso's Italian Deli is located on Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, right next to Rain Dancers.
Is that a strip club?
No, it's a steakhouse. Manso's is open weekdays from 8 to 5 and offers free delivery. So stop by or call 697-9411. That's 697-9411.
We also specialize in hot and cold catering for corporate functions and special events.
Just ask anyone who was at my last birthday party.
ESPN 1063 is presented by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
They can help you if you're in an accident, but your fantasy football team, not so much.
Let's be honest. If your performance in the bedroom feels more like, uh-oh, than whoa, you're not alone. But don't worry, we've got just the thing for you. Hexus MD's new Performance Blend. No awkward doctor visits, no prescriptions with crazy side effects, just a powerful, easy-to-use pill that gets you back in the game. Hexus MD's new Performance Blend works in just 15 minutes, and it's stronger than the competition. Use discount code ESPN50 for 50% off your first order. Don't wait. Visit HEXISMD.com.
What's up, y'all? It's Theo Dorsey, and the holiday season is here. You can give back the gift of golf at the park in West Palm Beach. For every $100 gift card you purchase, the park will donate $10 towards their Christmas For the Path program. If you're looking for the perfect gift for the golfer in your life, or even yourself, now is the time. Enjoy great golf while making the season brighter for kids who need it most. Swing by the park and let's tee up some holiday cheer together. The park is open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-936-9033. 800-936-9033. 800-936-9033.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Time now for a PNC pause. PNC Bank is committed to helping the customers and the communities they serve move forward financially. See how they can make a difference for you at PNC.com.
Finished with holiday decorations and need affordable gifts for everyone? Advanced Discount South Florida Fair tickets are filled with fun and make great gifts.
South Florida Fair discount tickets are on sale now at Publix and online at southfloridafair.com. Fair opens January 17th in West Palm Beach.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
ESPN 1063 is your home for Miami Dolphins football. Every Miami Dolphins game right here, all season long on ESPN 1063. Now, it's time for a little R&R.
All into the bucket, lays it up and in.
Ball game, Rizzo.
Live in the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, this is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 1063.
This team is going to be tough when they finally get it together.
Sit back and relax. Let Russo and Rizzo take you home.
Oh, mercy! Light him up, Colin!
Rolling on, second hour here, live from the Hurricane Dockside Grill in Lake Worth. It's Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 1063. That's Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo here, Christian Gatt helping us out behind the glass, back at the City Place Studios in downtown West Palm Beach. It's Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3. Big Thursday night matchup. Coming up tonight, the San Francisco 49ers bouting with the Los Angeles Rams, a big divisional matchup with playoff implications. That is going to be at 8:15 on Amazon Prime, if you can afford all the streaming services nowadays with YouTube TV raising their prices. But now that we're into this part of the football season, the holidays are upon us, and playoff implicating matchups are here. There's no better time to get started on Hard Rock Bet. You can bet as little as $1. So even if you're the type of person that doesn't like to put a lot of money into sports betting and making sure that a little action on games doesn't get out of hand, put as little as $1 on it. You put together a parlay, a bunch of bettors on Hard Rock Bet, get big payouts out of it in Week 8, the final Sunday in October on National Tight Ends Day of all days. Some Florida bettor had the idea of putting a $20 into a parlay, putting together 8 different tight ends to all score anytime touchdowns in their respective games. Hit them all. $20 into $148,000 in a parlay. Did it on Hard Rock Bet. So can you. Go download it on the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. Go to hardrock.bet online today to get started. The NBA's back. College basketball's back. You're going to watch these games anyway. You might as well put a little action on it and have some fun with it. It's Hard Rock Bet. Try it now. Get up to $100 back in bonus bets if that first bet does not win. That first bet can be a parlay, can be a prop, can be the over. Whatever you like to bet, any game you choose, you either win your first bet or get the same amount you bet back as a bonus bet. Try it today. It's offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida. The wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT. Well, we're live here at Hurricane Dockside Grill in Lake Worth, having a great time. People starting to come in here, getting a feel for Thursday night football coming up tonight. They know what the raffle. They know there's opportunities here coming up tonight. Mike can tell you all about it.
Folks, the Hurricane Grill here in Lake Worth, the Dockside location. There will be a raffle during the first and second quarter of the Thursday night football game tonight, up to $200 worth. Folks, $200 worth of Hurricane Grill and Wings gift card. And, folks, if you're coming, I got a couple items you got to try. Myself, Colin Russo, and our intern Ashley, we tried it all. We had the garlic parm fries. We had the boom boom sliders. We had the firecracker shrimp. We had the honey wings. We had the garlic parmesan wings, mild wings. They hooked it up. It is all fantastic food, folks. Get on out here and try it for yourself. I do have to say, folks, it cannot be, the $200 cannot be used the night of, and contestants must be present when the winners are drawn. So you have to be here in order to win the $200 gift cards. Also, free garlic parmesan apps with the purchase of 2 entrees from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. if you mention this radio ad. Once again, folks, there is going to be a raffle auction during the first and second quarter at the Hurricane Grill here at the Lake Worth location, the Dockside location. $200 worth of Hurricane Grill and gift cards on the line.
We talked with Matt Berry of SportsCenter on ESPN and going to be on the inaugural crew of the TGL, which is debuting January 7th, a Tuesday on ESPN. He talked about a slew of things, college football, and more importantly, what's going on with the TGL. If you missed any of that, want to catch it, go to Russo and Rizzo on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Or you can watch us live, see our pretty faces live here at the Hurricane Dockside Grill in Lake Worth on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter as well, at ESPN West Palm on that one. We're live every day on weekdays, 4 to 6 p.m. If you missed any of the show then, feel free to catch us, watch us, or listen to us on ESPN 106.3. We got to talk to Steve Politziner, the Good Karma Brands president in the Palm Beach Sports Commission Hall of Famer, presented by PNC Bank. Coming up next, he is, I guess, the boogeyman in Mike and I's eyes, as our youth team fell to 0-7 last night.
No hope.
And I put a lot of blame to Steve Politziner on this one. We'll talk to him in just a few minutes, but basically what happened last night is Mike and I had our 7th game of our youth basketball. 7th through 10th graders we coach. Why? That's a great question, but it's a great group of kids. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I love them all to death.
But we are
0-7.
We're 0-7. It's time to start asking questions. What's going wrong? What's not working? And listen, we're going to call it like we see it. Coaching could be better. Playing could also be better as well. So let's just put it that way.
We're on the hot seat. I mean, we've been on the hot seat for weeks now.
0-7. We have games twice a week. We were down 24-0 yesterday. 24-0. 24-0. Let me make that abundantly clear. We did not score until the other team had 24 points in our youth basketball game last night, and we had no answers for the opposition.
They stopped keeping score at 39-2.
Listen, it sounds sad.
Folks, I did the mental math. We were down 78-10.
We were not down 78-10.
Yes, we were.
We were not down 68 points.
We were
down. Score 80 points, but we were down a lot of points.
We were down 78-10, according to the guy running the box score last night.
Definitely not. I don't agree with that.
We were down 68 points in a youth basketball game.
We were not down 68
They
points.
stopped keeping score,
I'm almost positive they did not score 70 points on us. But nonetheless, we lost well into the 40s. That would be my educated guess.
60s.
But the man who drafted our team and the man who put this, this team that's figuring it out together, Steve Pollitt Sr., will join us next after this short timeout. We're live at Hurricane Dockside Grill in Lake Worth. Thursday Night Football tonight. Russo and Rizzo on right now on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Hi, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike. Tonight, ESPN 106.3 is turning up the heat. The Toronto Raptors thaw out on South Beach for a matchup with your Miami Heat. Pre-game begins at 7. West Palm, we're warming up your chilly December live on ESPN 106.3.
Holiday season at Duffy's Sports Grill means holiday features galore. Savor Duffy's limited time holiday menu with new crab stuffed mushrooms, seafood pasta, salmon Oscar, and mahi Oscar. Plus, famous holiday drinks like Jack Apple New Fashioned and a peppermint martini. Now, through New Year's Eve, score a $20 MVP bonus for every $100 in Duffy's gift cards you purchase. Duffy's, our game is always on.
ESPN 106.3 is presented by Rubenstein Law. 1-800-FL-LEGAL. Car accident, truck accident, Uber or Lyft accident, or a slip and fall. Call Rubenstein Law. Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL and visit one of our offices throughout Florida.
Banyan Printing and Signs wishes you a happy and healthy holiday season. Thank you for making Banyan your trusted printing, mailing, and signage partner in the Palm Beaches for over 47 years. From A-frames to yard signs, business cards to booklets, and much more, plus a big announcement coming in 2025. Get started at banyanonline.com or by calling 561-586-6220. Happy holidays from Banyan Printing and Signs, the official printing partner of ESPN West Palm and Kaiser Athletics.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
Mark your calendars and gear up for game day. This Sunday, December 15th, join Bud Light and the ESPN West Palm Street team at Riverside Cafe in Vero Beach. Catch all the action as the Houston Texans face off against the Miami Dolphins from 1 to 3 p.m. Showcase your football skills for a chance to win Bud Light prizes. Enjoy $11 pitchers of Bud Light all game long. Must be 21 or older to participate. Southern Eagle reminds you to please drink responsibly.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Hey, it's Josh Cohen for the Accident Attorneys, Anajar in Levine. Car accidents, truck accidents, slip and fall, trip and fall. Did you get injured on the job? Workers' comp problems? My friends Mark Anajar and Glenn Levine, they will fight for you. Remember, they do not get paid unless you get paid, and they will fight to get you the maximum compensation you know you deserve. Here's what you do. You just call. Call Anajar and Levine for your absolutely free consultation. Do not settle for just any attorneys. Demand Anajar and Levine, and demand the Anajar and Levine difference. It takes just one phone call to begin to take back control of your life. So do that. Take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-FREE. 1-800-747-3733. Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Take back control of your life.
PNC Bank is committed to making a difference in the South Florida community.
That's why they offer military banking products, champion veteran-owned businesses, and provide support to local organizations that empower veterans and their families with the resources they need to succeed. PNC Bank. See how they can help you at pnc.com/military. The PNC Financial Services Group, Incorporated, all rights reserved. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 1063.
Rolling on here on a Thursday edition of Russo and Rizzo, December the 12th, with Thursday Night Football going on tonight between the Rams and the Niners, 8:15 Amazon Prime Video for those who want to put together the funds to pay for all these streaming services that we need to watch these very games. But it should be a good one, playoff implicating matchup. Then Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo, Christian Cat behind the glass over in that box in the City Place Studios in downtown West Palm Beach. We're at Hurricane Dockside Grill in Lake Worth. Having a great time here. Everybody's starting to get riled up for the game tonight, for the raffle tonight. For $200 in gift cards on the Hurricane at Hurricane Grill. Should be a lot of fun there. But Russo and Rizzo, ESPN 1063. For those of you who are very serious about actually improving your golf game and want to go to a place that sort of offers the best of both worlds in terms of tour-inspired build shops and actual hands-on lessons, but on top of that, you get great technology and state-of-the-art putting studios, go no further than Flagstick Golf Performance. It's the ultimate indoor golf experience. It's in Boynton Beach. It's now officially open. It's a unique facility. It has 3 state-of-the-art indoor simulators. On top of that, has a state-of-the-art putting studio as well. If you want to get fitted, different clubs, different grips, different heads, tour-inspired build shop on site. Andy and the team have you covered. They are the experts when it comes to putting together a golf club and knowing what suits your swing. And on top of that, PGA professionals who can really fine-tune your golf game in all the great ways. I was there this morning fixing up my swing and doing some wedge work. As always, I am getting there. It is a work in progress. I'm not the best golfer in the world, but Flagstick Golf Performance is making sure that I get right. It's the optimal environment to leverage the technology available and also all the data insights that it provides to improve your golf game fast and effectively. It's located in Boynton Beach. Flagstick offers memberships and daily access for all. Go check out their Instagram, Flagstick Golf Performance, or visit them in person. Find all the info you need at flagstickgolfperformance.com. So in just a few short moments, we will be talking with Steve Politziner, the Good Karma Brands president and Palm Beach Sports Commission Hall of Famer, presented by PNC Bank, because we have a bone to pick with him in terms of, I guess, the talent disparity that is quite apparent with our youth basketball team that lost well into the 40s, if not more, last night to fall to 0-7. Mike and I coach 7th through 10th grade boys basketball. Why? That's an excellent question.
Well, we wanted to do it to get closer to the community. We wanted to get our names out there. We're new to West Palm Beach.
We want to be role models for kids in the community, and that's what we're doing, hopefully. Now, we're not winning games in the process, but we're putting on a good face and a good example for the young men that are growing up in the area.
And they're having fun. Like I asked, Colin and I,
yesterday was not that fun.
Trust me, but listen, trust me, Colin and I go out of our way to ask them if they're having fun, because in the end of the day, that's what it's about. Were we down 78-10 allegedly to the scorekeeper? Maybe, but they were still having fun on the sideline.
I don't know if listen. Yesterday might be the first day that I actually had concerns on whether we were having fun as a group or not, because I had fun most of all the games. If you miss a shot, big deal. You laugh about it. If you lose a game, big deal. You laugh about it. If you win a game, praise the Lord. 2 knees. Thank you, God. But we haven't had that moment yet. But in the meantime, that is just where we are. We're churning together a victory. We have another game on Saturday. And for some reason, we play better on Saturdays, whether that's Mike not being there.
Yeah, and I don't like that. Can I say something?
We play great on Saturdays.
Folks,
comparatively, we still lose.
Cyrus Wittig and I, we do Kaiser football, and it's their last game of the year, so I am going to start being at Saturday games. I've been unable to make it to any Saturday games because of Kaiser football, and apparently we're a different team. We drink the special stuff from Space Jam. Apparently, Colin's got the special stuff in the locker room, because I'll tell you what, 78-10, Colin. I've never seen anything like that in my life last night.
Yeah, it was quite a sight to see, and I think even the parents were sick to their stomachs, and they have the best face, the best glasses of all of us in making sure they like what they see.
And at least the parents haven't. We haven't gotten a complaint from.
Complaint about what?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm not going to take a parent complaint. That's not going to happen because we're doing a decent job. We show up every week, and they I think like us. Yeah, we yell sometimes, and that's the big deal. That's the nature of basketball. But we are trying, and
I'm trying, Colin, and
it's not working, but we're trying.
And once again, like half the reason I get so upset on my drive homes after these games, folks, Colin and I really do try at these practices. Honest to God, it's only for an hour. But we come up with practice plans and, the trip. They did nothing we coached. They did nothing we coached. I spent a half hour on the triple threat.
I don't know if the triple threat was the difference in 72-10 to 58-56.
But screening away, Colin, screening away.
Let's be honest.
Not running to each other for the ball. Colin, our only thing we have on offense is they dribble, they pick up the ball, and then another player runs over to the other kid to try to get the ball on a handoff.
I'm not denying that.
That needs to stop. And we did the 5-0. We did the screen away.
The offense is
nothing.
the defense. The defense is the offense. That is the key to this team. That's what happens on Saturdays. For some reason, they come with more energy and more jolt because maybe it's because we have a bigger court. It's at a middle school instead of a half court of a JCC. But we're god-awful. Let's call it like we see it. We are the 2011 lockout year Bobcats. That's where we are. We're the 76ers when they started that year, 0-20. Oh. That's where we are. And now it's either a trust the process moment or blow it all up moment. Where are we? Are we the Hugh Jacksons of the world, or are we going to be Urban Meyer and be shown the door before we get to the end of the season?
Hey, Uncle Herb was good at Ohio State, all right?
He's not good now, but I understand. But so with Steve Pollard Sr., listen, I'm going to call it like I see it. You ever deal with a celebrity?
He is a celebrity. Uncle Steve is a celebrity.
And you're on celebrity time. Whenever they show up, the meeting starts. That's Steve Pollard Sr., and we were supposed to have him at 5:20. It is now 5:32, and crickets from our fearless leader, Steve Pollard Sr., the guy who drafted this youth team. He is fading us because he does not want to answer for his crimes, and he does not want to acknowledge the fact that he is directly responsible for the talent disparity that our team suffers with.
So are the fans blaming?
We have Steve, do we? Okay, so Steve Pollard Sr., the Good Karma Brand's president, Palm Beach Sports Commission Hall of Famer, joins us now. Steve, nice of you to spend some time giving us your insight. What's going on?
It sounds like I need to maybe spend some time attending your practices.
Oh, hold on. We just waited 15 minutes for you to join us, and now all of a sudden it's our fault because we need your help at practice? That's what this is?
I'm sorry, boys. I love being on with you, but I also had to have a day job and try to do my part to help Good Karma grow. I'm in New York, actually, right now.
So, Steve, we gave the listener a bit of a background on sort of how you are a component of why our youth team is 0-7.
Yeah.
And you were part of the draft process, and I have receipts. I could have went to the draft, but you, quote, told me that, don't worry about it. We got you covered. We're going to make sure your team's all set. It is quite evident that our team is not all set. What's not true? What is not true?
That is Colin, that is not true. I encouraged you to come to the evaluations. You said no. I asked you to come to the draft. You were like, you were like on it, and I was like, I don't want to push him. I don't want to make him feel like he has to go because I'm telling him he has to go. You retrospectively said, bad job by me. There was like nothing going on. It was like a Wednesday night. There was no football on. I had to pick you up and like drag you there myself. So you said
before you finish that thought, quote from Wednesday, October 23rd at 6:10 p.m. I did not say anything to prompt this response. One of Steve Pollard Sr. texted me, quote, you might have gotten an email today about the Gardens basketball draft tonight. You can ignore it. We will take care of the draft for you. Appreciate it, Steve. That is the back and forth that you and I had back in October before I realized that the Bad News Bears would be drafted to Mike and I's team.
Uncle Steve,
answer for your crimes. You got to answer for your crimes.
Uncle Steve, I'll defend you come high water, low tide. I'll always have your back, partner. I can't have your back here. I had the score keeper. Uncle Steve, they stopped keeping score at 39-2. The young man that was doing the score looked at me and said, Riz, it's 78-10 right now.
Oh, well, you made a nice comeback after 39-2. Sounds like you went on a 38-8 run.
Steve,
Uncle Steve, man.
Steve, we're on the Titanic. We're on the Titanic, and you bought us the tickets. You bought us the tickets. We were sitting on the Titanic waiting for this to sink. That is what's going on here.
Your top two players have consistently, no names here, but your top two players, for whatever reason, they have other commitments or whatever, have consistently not shown up. Obviously, basketball is like one player can make all the difference. I don't know why you aren't providing the kind of environment that your top players want to, be a part of. They seem to be more leaning out than leaning in. But I don't know. That part is beyond me. I can't control that part.
So this is Mike and I not providing enough of an encouraging environment for two of our best players who, Steve is right, who don't consistently show up. That's fair. But I'm not here to bash a 14-year-old's schedule throughout the week to make sure that he cannot come to our practice. I am more putting to you, Steve, the catalyst of this very problem in putting together a team that there is a quite apparent, and this is not me knocking the kids. They don't need to be great at basketball, but there is a talent disparity in this league if it is 24-0 in the first quarter. And we didn't know, this was in the second quarter. We didn't even score in the first quarter, Steve.
We got shut out.
If you have your two best players, is this a different story? Is this a different story? If you have your two best players.
Steve, we've had games with those players there, and we have still performed poorly.
Well, I mean, that part's got to be coaching. But I think if you had your two best players, you guys would be competitive. I would be lying if I said there was not an emergency call of the executive board of Palm Beach Gardens basketball the other night to say, what are we going to do about this team? We got to get them a couple of players. So right now, we have the scouts in Europe are on high alert. We have the guys in Asia keeping their eyes open.
Hold on. Unless you got Wembanyama on speed dial, there's nothing.
I got to say, the opposite coach, he was a great guy, a great sport. I'm not going to say his name, Steve. But he came up to me, shook my hand, and goes, guys, thank you so much for stepping up and coaching. I knew we were in trouble. The minute he looked at me and said, the minute that coach looked at me and said, guys, thank you so much for stepping up and coaching. It means everything to us coaches. And sure enough, it was 16-0
we're babysitting a wounded dog.
Oh my God, 16-0.
What is he saying? What do you mean by that?
I knew we were in trouble.
Well, I don't want the kids on your team to get discouraged. We got to keep them playing, so we got to go out. In fact, right now, if anyone's listening and knows someone who, you don't even have to live in Palm Beach Gardens. You just have to be willing to come to Palm Beach Gardens twice a week.
If you can play basketball and you're within the grades of 7 to 10, please play for our team.
Please, the Russo Hornets.
If you have a kid, you have a child, you have a grandchild, you have a cousin, a nephew, a friend, a neighbor who is in 7th through 10th grade, this team needs a shot in the arm.
Wow, so that we need to do open tryouts. Maybe we'll set that up.
Well,
we're 0-7. We have another game this weekend, of course, and then we got a holiday break, maybe a bit of a reset is what this team needs. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy doing it, but Steve, we're having some issues there. That is Steve Pollicino, the Good Karma Brands president, the Palm Beach Sports Commission Hall of Famer, joining us now on Russo and Rizzo. Steve, let's segue a little bit. A big note of what's going on in the sports world has been YouTube TV raising their prices by another $10 a month. A Merry Christmas from YouTube TV to the hardworking consumer who tries to watch sports every day. Now, all of a sudden, Apple TV, Peacock, Netflix, Paramount if you want to watch it, the NBA League Pass, the MLB, the NFL Sunday Ticket, Amazon, ESPN Plus, basically costs an arm and a leg monthly just to tune into your favorite team. What is your takeaway on all these streaming services spreading it out a little too thin to make sure that basically we can watch a game?
Yeah, not surprised, right? What did this all start as? This was a reaction to cable is too expensive. You don't need to pay for all these stations you don't use. So everyone started out with these skinny bundles. And they offered a couple of channels, 1 channel, 5 channels, 20 channels. And then they realized we need more channels if we want to get more consumers. So it's literally going right back down, that same road that cable has. And now your consumers are going to have to make decisions on, I can't have 5 of these because they're all getting, too expensive. The difference is cable is a monopoly. You had one cable company in your town, and that was your only choice. You have different choices. If you don't want YouTube TV, then get something else. I think there's a lot. It takes a lot more research now. It takes a lot more attention to really leaping through what channels does it offer. But also, and look, at the end of the day, they're not raising their costs only because they want to make more money. They're raising their costs because what's having to pay out to carry the channels, right? YouTube doesn't own any of these channels. They have to pay ESPN. They have to pay everyone to carry. So it's like such a huge model, and it's but ultimately it'll pretty much be right back where cable was. You're paying for X amount of services, and you're paying X a month.
So, Steve, I think it has a lot to do with YouTube TV getting the NFL rights. If you remember, it used to be DirecTV. Now it's exclusively YouTube TV. I think they're, like you said, they got to pay that NFL bill somehow, right?
Exactly. I mean, somebody has to pay for that, and apparently it's going to be you guys.
And yeah, thanks. and then Uncle Steve, how many of these streaming services do you own?
I have several, and the crazy thing is you get them, and you get this one when you get your phone, and you get that one when you go to the car wash, and then who knows? You have to pay real attention to these 3 months.
That's how they get you.
Yeah,
Steve, that's how they get you.
Sure, like you're not paying for one of these 4 different ways. The same
Steve,
one.
then you check the statement, 2 months down the line, and you realize that you're spending, $18 a month for the CW extension on Paramount. And then all of a sudden, where the hell did this come from? I'm not paying for this. I'm not paying the Pac-12 After Dark.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. So that's how they get you. Do you think there's an end to this? Are they going to spread out entirely too thin to the point of no return? Is this going to take a boycott? How do you beat this?
Yeah. I think some don't end up making it. And I think the cost ultimately, it's a business. The cost will be passed on to the consumer. If the consumer isn't willing to take those costs, they're going to have to make decisions. Even they can't. So, for example, YouTube did the NFL. Maybe there's a bunch of other channels they're going to have to drop. Those are the decisions that they'll have to make as it turns to trying to be profitable as they run the business.
Steve, Thursday Night Football tonight. You got the Rams and the Niners. By the way, we are live at the Hurricane Grill. Folks, if you're listening right now, there will be a raffle during the first and second quarter of the Thursday night game. $200 worth of Hurricane Grill and Wings gift card. Once again, you have to come to the Lake Worth location, folks. We're at the Lake Worth location, the Dockside location, Hurricane Grill and Wings. Once again, first and second quarter of the Thursday night game, giving away $200 worth of Hurricane gift cards. Got to be here in person to be a part of the raffle. Uncle Steve, who do you like in the big Thursday night matchup presented by Hurricane Bar and Grill?
I've been going back and forth on this one. Guys, I feel like it's a tough spot to jump on the Rams because they had the great game last week, but I'm also kind of done on the Niners, just injury-wise. So let's think about the Rams getting hot, keep it going, maybe make a little playoff run, and let's go Rams. Also a great team of the Good Karma Brands.
All right. So, Steve, we appreciate you giving us the time eventually. But thanks for rooting our youth team. Thanks for
hang on. Uncle Steve, I appreciate you doing your due diligence to try to help us out, honest to God. And thank you for getting us closer to the community. That means a lot to me. But at the same time, it's hard to defend that draft that happened back, what was it, October 2nd?
October 23rd.
Okay, October 23rd. But we love you, Uncle Steve.
Steve has the hammer, nails, and is hand-carrying the different white planks of wood trying to put together the Titanic while we're already sinking. That is what Steve is trying to do, but we appreciate it nonetheless.
I'm going to stop at some parks while I'm here and try to just grab some kids.
You're in New York. Please go to Rucker Park, go to Dykeman, go to Brooklyn, go to places where you'll find some actual talent to come shoot these guys.
Stop it. You guys got to stop it.
All right, I'm going to be fair. Listen, we were losing 24-0 yesterday. This should not be a knock on the kids. This should be just a collective group that we don't have the talent.
I'm not kidding. The scorekeeper said, Riz, it is 78-10.
Steve, I think you guys are primed for a huge second half run. huge
We'll
second
see.
half run.
We'll
Do
see.
not give up hope.
If every team makes the postseason, we're going to sit down instead of practice and watch Miracle, and we're going to see if that resonates with the kids. But I appreciate it, Steve. Nonetheless, we'll talk next week.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, guys. Bye, guys.
That's
Bye.
Steve Palatino, Good Karma Brands president, Palm Beach Sports Commission Hall of Famer, presented by PNC Bank. Maybe watching Miracle is what this team needs. We got to be that American team going against the Soviets in 1980 at the Olympic Games in Lake Placid. But we shift forward. We move on. We got a Blitz the Book coming up next on Russo and Rizzo, ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE, 1-800-747-FREE. Listen, if you were in an accident, car accident, truck accident, slip and fall, trip and fall, injured on the job, workers' comp issues, call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. They will fight for you. They do not get paid unless you get paid, and they will fight to get you the maximum compensation that you know that you deserve. Do not deal with the insurance companies on your own. That's impossible. They make it as such. Anajar and Levine will help you to take back control of your life. Again, you'll always talk about your case with an actual attorney. They answer the phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to help you to take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE, 1-800-747-3733. Car accidents, truck accidents, slip and fall, trip and fall. Call Anajar and Levine, my accident attorneys. Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Take back control of your life.
Hey golf fans, Colin Russo here. Looking to improve your game? Flagstick Golf Performance, the ultimate indoor golf experience, is now open in Boynton Beach. With 3 indoor simulators and a state-of-the-art putting studio, Flagstick helps players at all levels up their game. Get lessons from experts, try the latest clubs, or just come up for a round in the simulators. You can track your stats and see real improvement. Flagstick is where serious golfers and beginners find their edge. Bring your friends or family and enjoy golf like never before. Visit flagstickgolfperformance.com to book your session.
PNC Bank is committed to making a difference in the South Florida community. That's why they offer military banking products, champion veteran-owned businesses, and provide support to local organizations that empower veterans and their families with the resources they need to succeed. PNC Bank. See how they can help you at pnc.com/military. The PNC Financial Services Group, Incorporated, all rights reserved. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Time for us to make some picks on a Thursday edition of Russo and Rizzo live from Hurricane Dockside Grill in Lake Worth. Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo, Christian Cat helping us out back at the City Place Studios in downtown West Palm Beach. Time for us to have some fun and make our picks of the week for our Punchline Picks, in which Mike and I pick 6 games against the spread, and we go against Theo Dorsey and Christian Cat, of Theoretically Speaking, which you can hear 2 to 4 weekdays on ESPN 106.3. Time for us to make some picks. It's time for us to blitz the book.
Send some heat. Pin your ears back. It's time to blitz the book. Presented by Hard Rock Bet.
Well, Blitz the Book is where we take our picks against the spread, presented by Hard Rock Bet. Get started today. Get up to $100 back in bonus bets if your first bet does not hit. That first bet can be a parlay, can be a prop, can be the over. Wherever you like to bet any game you choose, you either win your first bet or get the same amount you bet back as a bonus bet. Bet on the Dolphins, NFL, all season long, as much as you want. The Hard Rock Bet offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida. The wager terms, conditions apply. Concerned about gambling, call 1-888-ADMITTED. I want to start here where you really like this one. Rams +3.
Yes.
You want to do it?
Yes, Rams +3. We've been on the Rams all night. Once again, Thursday Night Football tonight coming up. Make sure you get to the Hurricane Grill here on the Dockside location in Lake Worth. First and second quarter, folks, you're going to have a $200 gift card giveaway. get on out here to the Dockside location in Lake Worth, Hurricane Bar and Grill.
All right, so Detroit's playing Buffalo. I would stay away from that game. You know what games I think is interesting? This is going to be a close one. Indianapolis and Denver. At Denver, Indianapolis is getting 4 points. In a lot of ways, this game is for a playoff spot. Indianapolis is a half game back, and the rest of their schedule is Titans, Jags, and Giants.
Okay.
So they're still outside looking in on the playoff bid. They might lose, but I don't think they're going to get killed. They're going to keep this close. I like +4 in this one.
All right, I'm going to give you the next one here. It is Kansas City -4 at Cleveland. I think my Brownies have given up. I like the Chiefs to cover 4 points in Cleveland. Yes,
Chiefs
coming
have
up
been
this
escaping
weekend.
every game.
This is a different team. This is a different team. I definitely
I don't
do
love
it.
this one, but
Kansas
we'll do
City -4 in Cleveland. Trust me.
Every week I say the Chiefs are due, and every week 19-17 escape. I can see that again, but we'll do it. There's not a lot of college football, so do you want to take the Army-Navy game?
Of course.
We have to take our troops.
We love our troops.
We have to
love
take
our
our
troops.
So the spread in that game, Army-Navy, of course, being one of the sole games of significance this weekend. Saturday, 3 o'clock, Army is 6.5-point favorites. This one's going to be an interesting one. This game's always relatively competitive. Do we take Navy here?
No, hell no. We love our troops. We support our troops.
Which side? They're
All
both.
right.
I mean, both our troops.
We could go Navy. My Papa Chuck was in the Navy. Is that? Do
you want to do Navy Army by winning over a touchdown?
I guess. Why not?
Let's do it. Army -6.5. We are taking it. Those are our guys. They've helped us out all year. Big game, coming off a big win in the conference championship game. Navy's had 2 weeks here, but Army's a better team. See what happens there. Anything else we like? We got a couple minutes here, so we got time.
I'm gonna.
Washington.
Do you like Pittsburgh +5 on the road? It's a tough one.
That's a tough one, and but
it's a big spread, nonetheless.
Big spread. The no Pickens playing in that game as well. That makes me nervous. I'm gonna be completely honest. With you. Packers are on the road at Seattle, giving up 2.5 points. It's another tricky one. Chicago at Minnesota +6.5. Atlanta, the Vegas Raiders are getting 4 points at home against Atlanta. Atlanta has stunk.
I mean, there are calls for Michael Penix to start on that football team. Kirk Cousins has played that bad.
Do they need to bounce back to sort of a do or die mode, or are they falling off of grace?
Let's get one thing straight. The Raiders are terrible. They are terrible. No hope in sight for that team besides a draft pick coming up in April.
At home, but I understand. The Cardinals are giving up 6 at home against
them. I'm done with them.
New England.
+6, New England.
It's a lot of points.
It is.
But is this the type of game where Arizona just goes berserk and blows them out? And I don't want to take it if that's the case. That makes me nervous.
How about... do you have
Miami
a sense? I was about to say,
Miami's
do you have a sense
desperate.
of the Miami game?
Miami, another team that's on the outside looking in, desperate for a playoff spot, need to win this game. Houston has kind of been on a skid coming off a bye, which makes me nervous.
I would take Houston if I had to take a team in this. I think, with all due respect to my Dolphin fans here at Hurricane Grill, I think they're done.
There's a path for them still. You want to take Houston?
I kind of do. -3.
How about Carolina? -3.
Against Dallas?
Yeah. I don't know.
Is this the week we let Christian Cat and Theo Dorsey back into this?
Or is
right
this
now?
Cincinnati -5? At Tennessee. Tennessee was the worst pick we've ever had all season.
Yeah, they destroyed us.
They
Let's
were
go.
god-awful.
Let's go with the Bengals, -5.
I'm down with making that our lock.
How many?
Joe Burrow, we have 5.
Okay.
Joe Burrow post break-in. I think there might be something there in terms of him playing hard.
So what do we got? We got the Thursday night game.
We have the Rams +3, Colts +4, Chiefs -4, Bengals -5, Army -6.5. We need one more.
I mean, did you see this New York Giants spread?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Oh my God. +16.5.
This is the type of game that the Ravens win by 25 points.
So do we take the Ravens?
Oh, that's a lot of points.
I take them.
You want to take the Ravens?
Dude. If you just said it, this is a game they win by 25 points, and I'm facing Lamar Jackson in fantasy, so you know he's going to have a day.
I'm up and down on this.
Okay, that's fine.
No, but I can do this.
We'll stay away.
We'll stay away.
I mean, yeah, I do.
All right, we'll do it.
Dable's bad.
Dude.
Dable and that team are bad.
This is an absurd spread. Ravens -16.5. Lock it in. We're taking it. That's our Blitz the Book Punchline Picks presented by Hard Rock Bet. Go try it today. It's offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida. The wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned by gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT. What's our lock?
Cincinnati.
I agree. Cincinnati is our lock at Tennessee, -5 in that one. It's been a wonderful edition of Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3. Big thanks to Hurricane Dockside Grill Lake Worth. They got the Thursday Night Football game on tonight. Come on out for it. Great location, great people, great food, great drinks. Sending you off. We'll be back at it tomorrow, 4 to 6, ESPN 106.3.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike. What's going on? Our show ended hours ago. I'm supposed to be home by now. People are expecting me. Let me out of here. Hey!
It's wintertime, which means you need to get ahead of all the bowl game action and plan out your weekends. It's time to make Twin Peaks your headquarters to watch all your favorite teams, your favorite games, the bowl